hundreds of compassionate homes, hundreds of kilometers of roads covering all local government areas, over 10,000 entrepreneurial equipment and tools to MSMEs, 5 billion naira worth of grants to farmers and traders, over 60 billion gratuity arrears to retired civil servants cleared, acquisition of brand new aircraft for Umo Air, advancement of work on Ibom Deep Seaport, donation of 150 units of 2-bedroom flats to 150 civil servants, advancement of work on Ibom Tropicana hotels and 5,000-seater international conference center, primary healthcare renaissance, launch of state health insurance scheme and quick response statewide ambulance services, establishment of the Center for the Elderly, construction of a 200-bed hospital within the state medical corridor. These and more are the huge strides of Governor Umo Eno in less than 2 years. They are realities because of your tax. Much more can be achieved if only you continue to pay your tax. Have you paid your tax? This message is courtesy Creek Trust International Limited for the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service. Hello, happy Sunday and happy Mother's Day. Is that what it is? Okay, we're celebrating our mothers. This is just before we got on there, we were just saying that this is one of the very many celebrations that our female folk take to themselves, and sometimes it's like on a monthly basis, and virtually nothing is left for the men. So happy International Mother's Day. Our mothers, our sisters.
Even our people in Los Angeles are laughing at you.
They're laughing
and saying, "Hey, that happens to in Africa." Prof is in where? Prof is in the Philippines now.
Yes, he went to the Philippines, but he had relocated to Canada. He just traveled to the Philippines.
Is he ever going to be able to leave the
Philippines? We'll get to find out from him. Okay, so thanks for joining us. It's a very sunny Sunday afternoon, and today marks the 7th day since this all started. It started on Monday, and it's a series entitled Governor Umo Eno at 29 guests, 29 days. It's a proud and cutting-edge production of Bush House Nigeria in collaboration with the Ministry of Information, Akwa Ibom State. And we hinted yesterday, and I'm sure by tomorrow you begin to see the jingle to that effect, but be informed that as part of events marking this TV, radio, online series that's intended to run for all of 29 days. Let's assume we won't have some jara. We're coming up with a competition that is going to allow you to win a mouth-watering 2 million naira on the aggregate. The first prize winner will go home with a whopping 1 million naira. Second prize will cut away 600,000 naira, and then the second runner-up will go home with 400,000 naira. Now the total sum of 2 million naira is pretty symbolic. Don't forget we're celebrating, or we're on the verge of celebrating the 2nd anniversary of this action-soaked governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo Eno, PhD. Okay, so all right, so it's a pleasure to welcome you to the show. My name is Itoro Kalumba, and I'm today seated. It's going to be from start to finish with the boss himself, the president
Bush,
the president at large, Bush House Nigeria.
Very nice to be here,
Michael
nice. Bush. Very nice to be here. And when you were announcing 2 million, I thought I saw Prof. Are we able to bring back Prof on the screen, please? I know it's early days yet of the program, but can we just have Professor Ukanafun Johnny?
Yes,
that's right.
Yeah.
Just can we just get him? Okay. Just get him on air. Let's just say thank you to him even before we launch out. I didn't even know that he had decided to sponsor the program. I hope you know who Professor Ukanafun Johnny is there. Just bring him. No, just not take a mini.
And this is a Kemini.
Yes, this is a Kemini.
Okay, so we want Professor Ukanafun Jimmy.
Yes, and Mr. Cho is also
Mr.
on
Choi
there.
is also on the line.
Oh, it's Cho.
Mr.
Cho. Okay, great. We're making progress.
Yes.
Great progress. Okay, but we just wanted him to come on air. We just wanted to thank him for doing that prize and making sure that even some of the prize would end with us. But Prof, you can hear us at least. Can you hear us? Why is it not on air?
Prof, can you unmute yourself?
Just please unmute yourself.
Okay.
I don't know. We can barely hear you, Prof. But can you hear us? Oh no.
You can hear us?
Yes, he can hear. I can see by his lips that it says he can hear us, but we're not able to hear him. But that's him. I just wanted his face on the screen. I just want, on behalf of Akwa Ibom, on behalf of even Governor Umo Eno, to thank you, Professor Ukanafun-Orok.
Jimmy.
Ukanafun-Orok. Yes, Ukanafun-Orok. I don't know where I got Johnny from, but I just wanted to thank you for coming to the rescue and making sure that you sponsor the 2 million naira gift. And I'm especially excited that you also sponsored Bush House Nigeria by sponsoring that, and on that day you see it. Okay, they say you can come on now. Yes, Prof. Why?
Okay, can we try something out with Ekemini? Let's find out.
Let's find out. Ekemini is there. Can you hear us live in Los Angeles? He can also hear us. So
Ekemini can hear us. That means the problem.
I think the problem is from us. Yes, the problem is from us.
Our technical
Mr. Choi. Mr. Choi, you good? Oh, but what is there?
Mr. Choi can hear us.
No, but look at something. Manuel Soriano. Whose name is that?
Okay. Maybe it's another person joining us, but it was Mr. Choi. Okay. Maybe that's his company name. Okay. I don't know. Or maybe that's his nickname or something.
Okay, he will tell us. But yes, let's just don't worry. In another 1 minute, we'll get that connection right. But in the live studios, we have at least 2 women. I was going to say, I don't want to look for trouble. I was going to say 1.5 women. I'm troublesome like that. But Mrs. Andy is here with us, and we have a character as well, Mrs. Mary and Andy. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you for joining us. So it's Women's Day. What is it? Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day.
Okay, it's actually Mother's Day.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel excited. I feel happy that I, as a woman, am always celebrated alongside other women.
Yes.
Every now and then. Feels good.
Yes. Okay. It's in it. Are you a woman? You're a mother. What are you? What are you?
None of the above.
Okay, but you feel happy? Did you greet your mom today?
Yes, I did.
Of course. Okay.
I did call through to her to celebrate her today.
We can barely hear you. Yeah.
Do I do that every month and every day?
Okay.
Today is just
a special day.
Yeah.
Are there not too many special days for women? Don't you feel for your dad? They hardly remember him. Okay.
All right.
We also have Chukwuagu,
all right.
and of course Ivan Osapan. They are part of the panel.
Yeah.
Of course, our producer is breaking history today because they are celebrating mothers.
Okay, so Nobong Dan joins us. She's been behind the scenes since we started this. She is in-house producer. So good
I couldn't just wait to hear people talk about women. Why can't I be here? Big Brother's talking about women.
Very
I
nice.
have to be here.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
I am a woman.
Yes.
I am a mother. I have many children. Just like the Big Brother will say. So many people that look up to me, they are all my children.
Absolutely.
So I'm happy to be here.
Okay. Who's there now?
Yes.
Sammy, is the connection good? We can't keep them waiting longer than necessary. Okay. So, Prof, I'm told that you are good to go now. What is going on? Sammy, we cannot hear him. Okay. So we're going to go on a short break. Let's just go on a short break.
Okay, but before the short break, let's
sure.
just prepare the minds of our listeners and viewers to what we are at today. So
Absolutely.
today we've dedicated the entire of the program to celebrating, our people in the diaspora.
Yes.
And it comes in the form of a central theme entitled Akwa Ibom State and Governor Umo Eno in the eyes of the diaspora. Okay,
Absolutely.
So that's what we're going to be doing today. And let me also tell you why initially, Big Brother Bush actually wanted to, first connect with Professor Jimmy, was to profusely thank him for electing to sponsor a whopping 2 million naira prize in aggregate, for the 3 different set of winners who are going to be carting where, an aggregation of that sum. The first prize winner will go home with 1 million naira. The second prize winner will take home 600,000. Then the second runner-up will go home with 400,000 naira. And what is expected of you to do? Okay, not more than 200 words. You are expected to discuss Governor Umo Eno's unique selling points, that is his USPs, and then 2, which one of the guests on this series, as we started on Monday, best capture the essence of these unique selling points and why you think so. And this is to tell you, this is a caveat, and we've got to take note of this. For you to be able to give us a very convincing essay of not less than 200 words, you need to be a keen follower. Okay, not more than 200 words. Can be less than that. Is that what we're saying?
No, it must be 200 words.
It must be exactly 200 words.
It must be. It's the 2nd anniversary. It's year 2.
Okay, so we're very precise.
Absolutely.
No more than 200 words.
201 words disqualified. 199 words disqualified.
So precisely 200 words. So however you're going to get that done.
1 million is not moi.
It's not moi, and that's why, as I said, for you to even be able to stand a chance of convincing us enough in your essay to winning of the 3 categories of prizes, you must be a keen follower of this program from start to finish.
Absolutely.
So if you missed any of the previous editions, you had liberty to go back to our links.
Yes, the links are there
back
on Facebook
and watch them, so you can send in entries that will be convincing enough for us to consider you as one of the 3 winners.
Okay, Ekemini is back on the line because I understand he has to be at work. Ekemini, so he said, I know you can hear us, but are we about to hear you now? Ekemini.
I was sure they don't need to come to the screen. Oftentimes they come to the screen to point up, press and manipulate some stuff.
He did that already.
But we've never had this kind of.
Sure. I don't know. We need to do this, and Sammy has been on it. I don't know, but I believe that he's going to get it done. Right? He's going to get it done. Right? He's going to get it done. Okay. So, but we're not going to waste time. We're going to give the people Mr. Choi Soriano. Okay, he's back on the line.
Choi Soriano.
Choi Soriano. You can hear us. Let's see whether I can hear you. Welcome to the program. Have you unmuted yourself? It's just to be sure that you have unmuted yourself.
It has.
Wow. And Prof, can we try you again? Lord have mercy. Sammy, you have to come back to this screen.
So maybe we'll go for a quick break.
Oh, we have not even gone on that break.
Yeah, we didn't go on that.
Okay, break. Sammy, please, we come on a short break, then we come back here. And
so please be on standby, Prof.
Just stay.
Kevin and Choi, just be on standby. We'll try to get some, technical issues sorted. We'll be back in no time.
Did you give the 2 questions that they need to answer for the competition?
Yes, I did.
You did give the 2 questions. Yes, okay, and they can go on Facebook if they're in any doubt. Okay, short break. Back in no time. Please stay tuned.
Over 200 units of compassionate homes, hundreds of kilometers of roads covering all local government areas, over 10,000 entrepreneurial equipment and tools to MSMEs, 5 billion naira worth of grants to farmers and traders, over 60 billion gratuity arrears to retired civil servants cleared, acquisition of brand new aircraft for Ibom Air, advancement of work on Ibom Deep Seaport, donation of 150 units of 2-bedroom flats to 150 civil servants, advancement of work on Ibom Tropicana hotels and 5,000-seater international conference center, primary healthcare renaissance, launch of state health insurance scheme and quick response statewide ambulance services, establishment of the center for the elderly, construction of a 200-bed hospital within the state medical corridor. These and more are the huge strides of Governor Umo Eno in less than 2 years. They are realities because of your tax. Much more can be achieved if only you continue to pay your tax. Have you paid your tax? This message is courtesy McCraig Trust International Limited for the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service.
Everything you go through in life is preparing you for your next assignment. My father was a police officer, so I lived in the barracks. A barracks like a mini in Nigeria, you find everybody there. My dad's salary, of course, couldn't meet the family income, so I had to sell soft drinks for my mother so that we can make up the family income. I used to take soft drinks from our home and I'd go to the airport and sell. It was fun. I didn't know I was going to ever get into hotel business. So eventually, my coke hawking helped me later in life when I started running my hotel. Those little things you did became building blocks for my later days in life. And you know what? My house was built on the same street I used to go through to hawk. And so everybody that saw me hawk these soft drinks for my mother, when I bought a land there and built my house, all of those people were still alive. It's like, some of them had to break their children. Look at me mentor these kids. Today, when I drive around the streets, sometimes you find people sell and you stop by. I just remember, it used to be like this. That hawking has helped me today to be able to serve the people. Accept the things you can't change and change the things you can, and ensure that you just have the fear of God in you. I think the only person that can stop you from achieving what God has set out for you is you.
Akwa Ibom is rising.
Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. Akwa Ibom, it's all man and you know, we go stand together.
Akwa Ibom is truly a state in forward motion. With the advent of this golden era, we are driving entrepreneurship and creating employment for our youth with a Ibom-led initiative.
We are alleviating pressure on the parents of our school-age children by providing them with free and compulsory education, school uniforms, shoes, and millions of exercise books. We are building model primary schools across the state.
We have paid more than 16 billion naira in gratuity to retired civil servants and leave grant to teachers and local government workers.
Our road infrastructural maintenance efforts spans all the 31 local government areas in the state. We are constructing dualized roads and bridges on multiple fronts.
Also, we've constructed 20,000-seater amphitheater at the Unity Park, Uyo, to further drive tourism. Our RISE agenda is working.
Everything you go through in life is preparing you for your next assignment. My father was a police officer, so I lived in the barracks. A barracks like a mini in Nigeria, you find everybody there. My dad's salary, of course, couldn't meet the family income, so I had to sell soft drinks for my mother so that we can make up the family income. I used to take soft drinks from our home and I go to the airport and sell. It was fun. I didn't know I was going to ever get into hotel business. So eventually, my cook hawking helped me later in life when I started running my hotel. Those little things you did became building blocks for my later days in life. And you know what? My house was built on the same street I used to go through to hawk. And so everybody that saw me hawk these soft drinks for my mother, when I bought a land there and built my house, all of those people were still alive. It's like, some of them had to break their children. Look at me mentor these kids. Today, when I drive around the streets, sometimes you find people sell and you stop by. I just remember, it used to be like this. That hawking has helped me today to be able to serve the people. Accept the things you can't change and change the things you can, and ensure that you just have the fear of God in you. I think the only person that can stop you from achieving what God has set out for you is you.
Akwa Ibom is rising.
Over 200 units of compassionate homes, hundreds of kilometers of roads covering all local government areas, over 10,000 entrepreneurial equipment and tools to MSMEs, 5 billion naira worth of grants to farmers and traders, over 60 billion gratuity arrears to retired civil servants cleared, acquisition of brand new aircraft for Umo Eno, advancement of work on Ibom Deep Seaport, donation of 150 units of 2-bedroom flats to 150 civil servants, advancement of work on Ibom Tropicana hotels and 5,000-seater international conference center, primary healthcare renaissance, launch of state health insurance scheme and quick response statewide ambulance services, establishment of the center for the elderly, construction of a 200-bed hospital within the state medical corridor. These and more are the huge strides of Governor Umo Eno in less than 2 years. They are realities because of your tax. Much more can be achieved if only you continue to pay your tax. Have you paid your tax? This message is courtesy Macrae Trust International Limited for the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service. Over 200 units of compassionate homes, hundreds of kilometers of roads covering all local government areas, over 10,000 entrepreneurial equipment and tools to MSMEs, 5 billion naira worth of grants to farmers and traders, over 60 billion gratuity arrears to retired civil servants cleared, acquisition of brand new aircraft for Umo Eno, advancement of work on Ibom Deep Seaport, donation of 150 units of 2-bedroom flats to 150 civil servants, advancement of work on Ibom Tropicana hotels and 5,000-seater international conference center, primary healthcare renaissance, launch of state health insurance scheme and quick response statewide ambulance services, establishment of the center for the elderly, construction of a 200-bed hospital within the state medical corridor. These and more are the huge strides of Governor Umo Eno in less than 2 years. They are realities because of your tax. Much more can be achieved if only you continue to pay your tax. Have you paid your tax? This message is courtesy Creek Trust International Limited for the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service.
Governor Umo Eno 29 guests, 29 days. Sincere apologies for the technical issues we've had to grapple with. All of that is now Uhuru, and we are set to go. We have 3 guests joining us from different parts of the world, and they are here to do justice to today's theme on this series. And today's theme is Akwa Ibom State and Governor Umo Eno in the eyes of the diaspora. And we have first joining us so he can get to work right on the heels of this. Ekemini Isoise joins us from
Los Angeles.
Hello, Ekemini, can you hear us?
That's in the United States of America.
Absolutely. Hello, Ekemini.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me now.
Yeah, okay, we can hear you loud and clear. You are clearer than somebody who's even in the next village here.
That's fine.
Okay, what time is it in Los Angeles now?
Okay, right now it's 8:27 a.m.
8:27, and right now it's 4:27 in Nigeria. So you are 6, is that 6 hours? No?
8 hours. Oh, you are 8 hours.
8 hours
behind us.
Los Angeles, a different part of the world.
Wow.
Okay, so,
and
Mr.
California.
Mr. Choi, is that what you said?
Yeah, Mr. Choi Soriano.
How are you?
Hello. Hello, everybody. It is great to be here, and it's really a pleasure and to see Doc Jimmy as well and everybody else. So, good afternoon. All the way from the Philippines.
In which part of the world are you? The Philippines, right?
The Philippines. Right?
Yeah, Manila?
Manila.
Aha, okay.
Fantastic. Okay, so we understand tomorrow is a general election. You're prepared to vote tomorrow?
Yep. We have been preparing for this for a long time, and hopefully we can see a set of leaders.
Okay, and then
to be a big day for the Filipinos tomorrow.
Okay, so we wish you a very successful outing at the polls tomorrow.
Is it because of the elections that Professor Ukanafun Jimmy is back in the Philippines? Is that because of the elections?
Prof, you went back to vote? You went to the Philippines to vote? Hello, Prof.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Yes, good afternoon. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, right now I'm here in the Philippines, but not because of the election. It's gonna be there in the Philippines. Let's see what the next leaders look like. Come tomorrow.
Okay, so we actually wanted to start the program with you to most profusely thank you for being magnanimous enough to elect to sponsor the prizes that we're going to be giving out to the 3 winners that will emerge at the end of this competition. So Bush House Nigeria is deeply grateful to you. We thank you for electing to part with a whopping 2 million naira to give to the 3 winners, 1 million naira to the first prize, 600,000 naira to the second prize, and then 400,000 naira to the third prize winner. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay. So all 3 of you are not in Nigeria, although I don't know, Mr. Choi, have you ever been to Nigeria? Have you been to Akwa Ibom?
I haven't been there yet, but it's one of my dreams to be there.
Fantastic.
And, see the culture, the people.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. But I guess you are on the program because you should know at least Professor Ukanafun-Orok Jimmy, and so you get to know how we are. But the essence of this program today is our governor, Mr. Cho, is celebrating his second year in office. He has a 4-year term. He's celebrating his second year, and we just thought we should ask those of you who are outside of Akwa Ibom, outside of Nigeria, outside of Africa, what you think about the state, what do you think about him. Let's start with Province. Okay, Ekemini, because of work.
Ekemini has got to go to work in a couple of minutes. So Ekemini, so how is Los Angeles?
Well, right now it's a little bit sunny and it's okay. So thank God for today.
How long since you last came home?
Shall I say 4 years ago?
Oh, that's not too much. But you know about your governor? Are you from Akwa Ibom though? Are you from Akwa Ibom?
Yeah, Ekemini, of course.
I'm from Uruguay and local government.
He didn't answer me when I told Akwa Ibom.
He didn't answer Akwa Ibom. He didn't take you to his local government. Okay, so so the question was, are you in tune with what's going on back at home? You are aware that we have a governor who is barely 2 years in office?
Yeah, so I follow the Akwa Ibom State government Facebook page. So that's how I stay updated with the happenings back home in terms of the governor's performances.
Fantastic. So when you look at it as an Akwa Ibom son living in the United States of America, where their development is fast-paced, what do you make of Akwa Ibom? How popular is Akwa Ibom? How popular is the human brand called Governor Umo Eno, PhD?
Well, the first one I have to say is he reminds me of Donald Duke in terms of his appearance. He's someone that is very conscious of the way he looked. So that's to show that he knows what is good. Because any man that cares about his physical appearance is someone that knows what life's quality is all about. So, and the things he has done so far that I've seen in terms of human capital development, so far I would say he has done well, because I think that was last month that he gave out some money to farmers and unemployed as well. So, because to be honest with you, I'm not someone that praise governors, president when they do things like roads, because those are the basic things the government should be doing.
Absolutely, I agree.
So I don't praise them for that. You know, for me, I look at someone's performance based on the ability to provide employment opportunities, which, like you said, is going to look into the deep sea port project, which is going to bring about employment. Because I personally, I felt that ever since the inception of democracy in 1999, a lot of our youth are more focused on politics, which is not a very good thing. So if there's a way the government can create employment opportunities so that the youth can get jobs, get careers, it will be a good thing. And so with the deep sea port project that you mentioned, I think it is a good thing.
Okay. All right. So as far as you're concerned, one of the unique selling points of the governor would be his approach to impacting on the lives of the downtrodden. You know, actually made mention. I think it's not even up to a month. It wasn't last month. It was
even 2-3 days ago.
Yes, about a few days ago. Because what he does is to go. We have 10 federal constituencies, so he takes turns to visit each of the 10 federal constituencies, and anytime he goes visiting, as a matter of fact, a whopping 5 billion naira has been voted as monies, as equipment components that he's going to go about distributing to farmers, MSMEs, and other small business owners across the 10 federal constituencies. So I'm sure you can do your math. 5 billion naira. You can translate that, and you know how much that is in terms of dollars. So you're saying those are some of his unique selling point as far as you're concerned. I like to ask, we look up to the States, to the United States where you now reside, as a model of development and
a model of democracy.
The model of everything good. I don't know if you can still say that in the Trump era, because for instance, of the Japa syndrome. So many Nigerians ordinarily look forward to traveling to the United States to start a life there and to get something doing. Paint a picture of what the scenario now is in this second coming of Trump. It's going to be an admixture of questions here and there, but paint a picture, because whenever an Akwa Ibom person sees their brother from the diaspora address them like this, the next question would be, how can a Kemini say possibly help me to get to the United States and find some greener pastures. So talk to us about the opportunities in the state as we speak.
So there are a lot of opportunities there, and it's sad because back home we have more opportunities than what they have here, but they've been able to make good use of it. So the first thing I will tell anybody back home, which I've always been doing, is to, at least if you don't have a career, like if you didn't study something that kind of like a professional field, try and learn something, any trade, because sometimes we focus mainly on
the white collar areas. Yes.
Exactly. So but it's always very good to learn trade, like you can learn anything. Then when you apply education to it, then when you bring that here, you do more than okay.
All right. Okay, so I don't know if you belong to Akisan USA. Are you a member of the Akwa Ibom community in the United States?
Not really, but I have friends that are there.
Oh. Yeah. I thought it's kind of mandatory for every Akwa Ibom person resident in the state to be a member.
No. So this is one thing about me. I'm not I'm not a very politically inclined person, because I understand one thing with politics, people don't like saying the truth, So when you go to Akisan, it's supposed to be something that we should kind of like, you see, like what you are doing now. You made the program very open.
Yes.
I didn't come here to say, oh, the governor has done well, the governor has done. I just said exactly the way I see it.
Absolutely.
So, but you understand, when you go to Akisan, what they do is they dance to the tone of the government, which is not what it should be. Because we should be able to advise and suggest things we see here that we feel we could do back home, or maybe better. But if we are politically inclined, we won't be able to stand up to someone and say, okay, this is the area you're not doing well, you should do well here, you should do this. So that's why personally I don't want to belong to the Akisan thing. But I have a friend that really wants me in there though.
And we all here want you in there.
we want you to get there
so that I can go change things.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so
how long again do you have with us? So we know whether we don't allow the others to wait longer than necessary.
Yeah, I'm still good for the next 20 minutes.
Great.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so Kevin, we're actually here to celebrate what our brothers and sisters, the exploits they are making outside the shores of this country, even as we celebrate, where necessary, the achievements of the governor. And I dare say, you painted a picture of the kind of person you are, that you are very critical of everything that you analyze. And for you to even start sharing your sentiments on a high, on a positive end about the governor, indeed speaks volume about the fact of the fact that the governor is doing well. But let's talk about the contributions of our diaspora brothers to the economy of their relatives back at home. I know that, okay, we didn't ask how long you've been in the States. We only asked when last you visited home, and you said about 4 years ago. I don't know how long you've been in the States, but I take it for granted that you have relatives back at home and you've been of tremendous economic help to them.
But you can look at him.
Yes.
He's been there 10 years.
Okay, is that guess right? Kevin, is that guess right?
I I think I will say half of that.
Okay,
like 5 years.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, but I'm sure you've made enough dollars enough to send some back home.
Well, to the glory of God, yes. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. All right, so I don't know. We also have on the screen, joining us all the way from the Philippines. He actually went to the Philippines from Canada a few days ago. A young man is a medical doctor who has risen through the ranks to become an associate professor of medicine. He's actively practicing medicine. His story is that of a meteoric rise. He left the shores of this country in 2015. And within just a gap of 10 years, he has done tremendous exploits. He floats the Dr. Ukanafun-Orok Foundation, and he has done tremendously well supporting the economy of the locals back at home. I don't know if you have ever heard of him, but I know that you don't need to float a foundation before you can impact, and that's why I needed to ask the question I asked. But I don't know if you have ever heard of the activities, the exploits, the strides.
I don't think there's anyone in Akwa Ibom who can say that they have not heard about that foundation.
Yes, Professor Ukanafun-Orok Foundation. You ever heard of him?
Yes, he's a brother. I've heard of him, and I have always commended him for the good thing he has done. I know he has given out scholarship. He has sent some people to go learn some craft, and presently I think he's working on sending some people overseas.
Wow.
So yeah, I follow their page as well. Yeah, so he's doing well, and so that's the thing. The truth about it is, every Nigerian that has left the shores of Nigeria overseas, our plan, everything is always back home. But sometimes there is a level of expectations which sometimes some people get discouraged. But I always applaud those that still continue to show love, still continue to believe that someday the country will be okay, everybody will be okay. Because the truth is, there's no way we could move all our loved ones with us to where we are.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So in terms of impacting on the lives of people and, like you said, economic wise, yeah, we do send money back home, and sometimes we also do some projects back home, which at the end of the day might create employment. But the thing is, as individual,
it's a limit to what you can do.
A limited number of employment you can create for people.
Yeah. Ekemini, let me take over from there and ask you, and thank God I'm learning something in the live studios, because as a bushman, every time I'm talking, I'm always looking at that screen, but I see that the chairman, the anchor of the program is so, economic people. They have some sense. He's always looking ahead. So I'm trying to now not look at you, and fortunately I have you on the screen too, in front of me. So I'm wondering now, are you a Trump person?
Is it a safe question to answer?
Yeah, it is. It's very safe for me, because for me, I don't look at individual, because like I said, you see, when I said about the governor, I never said anything about his personal life.
Yes.
Because I respect people's personal life, My thing is, what is it there you have for the people, And so far, Trump has been good. And one thing I like him is a man of his words. Before he became the president, during his campaign, he said exactly what he was going to do, and he's doing that. And I understand some people might not be okay with that, but the truth is, even when we had Jonathan, who seems to be one of the best presidents, a lot of people didn't like him as well.
Fantastic.
So
very good, Ekemini. Ekemini, you say you are not a politician, but I mean, everything you say is, so politically smart. So when you put, this is wrong, but I'm just tempted to do it because it's for the sake of the program. When you put on the one hand President Donald John Trump of the United States of America, and on the other hand, Pastor Umo Eno, PhD governor of Akwa Ibom, who do you take first? Who do you prefer, Ekemini?
So they are both on different pedestrians. So Yeah, but to be honest, to be very honest, Umo Eno has done in 2 years what others didn't do, except maybe a Fabio, because I could say that he's so much into human capital development, which is a very good thing. And I could say that is when it comes to that, his approach is random. Because I could remember there was a video that circulated some time back when a lady, I think it was when he was distributing
some equipment at the Uyo Township Stadium.
Yes.
Yeah, and there was a lady that somehow started crying. I don't know what happened, but he ignored protocol and spoke to the lady.
Yes.
And the lady gave him his how do you call it? The catalog or something.
Yes.
He kind of like had to she wasn't even on the list.
Yeah, a business registration document. The woman incidentally was armed to the teeth.
Exactly.
Virtually everything the governor needed to be convinced to reach out to help, she had it in her bag.
Yeah, that was an opportunity meeting time. Yeah, so and also there was a time I saw, because like I said, I'm a follower of the Akwa Ibom Facebook page. There was a time somebody died. I think the family couldn't afford to like take care of it. He actually supported the family, and he has done some humanitarian services that I could say that he's not doing it because of politics. He's doing it because, one, he's a human being, and he understands exactly what people are going through, especially the downtrodden. Because it's funny sometimes when you see people rise to that echelon politically, forget about the downtrodden. So he is someone I see keeps identifying with the poor, which is a good thing, you know.
Fantastic,
But like I said, he really cannot help everybody because there are some that don't come to limelight.
Absolutely.
But if there could be a genuine employment opportunity where some people can actually have what to do, it will go a long way, you know. So for now, I just give him 3 stars. But if you can create more employment opportunities, I
rest
give
it
him
to
5
5.
Okay, Ekemini, I really like to thank you. I don't know what.
in the number 5 though.
Okay,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay,
Ekemini, I just wanted to say, Ekemini said that he's very fond of Governor Umo Eno because Governor Umo Eno has helped the poor.
Yeah.
Please tell the governor, Ekemini, since you really like him like this, not to forget the rich too. Because now it seems like the rich are crying.
But generally speaking, Ekemini, what are those things you've applauded the governor? You know, this is a critique, and a critique has to be balanced. You know, the praises, the commendation, and the condemnation where necessary, and such, you know, pointing at the right way forward. So, what are those things you look forward? Yes, the governor should do in the remaining 2 years of his first term in office.
Okay, I'm going to say 2 things. Yeah, one is what I have to tell him as the governor of my state. Yes, then the other one is something he has to decide, you know. And I hope he listens to this program, or there's someone that will let the information.
He's watching you right now, Ekemini. He's watching you.
Okay, so I have to commend him for the things he has done so far in terms of taking care of the poor and some of the things he's been able to do in terms of human capital development. I just wish he can do more in terms of creating employment opportunities. Because the truth is, my brother Otimfon, I think he has this experience too. The messages we get back home is we are hungry, we don't have money. You know, sometimes you want to say hi to a friend, and at the end of the day, you realize that they are really, really suffering because they don't have jobs.
So job creation.
There are a lot of ways to create jobs. Even waste management can create a lot of jobs for people. Like the deep sea port we are talking about can create a lot of jobs for people. So mine is job creation, because like road construction, that is what the government is supposed to do, because it's the duty of the government to provide the infrastructures for the people. So I will not sing praises to a governor because he has repaired roads he has built bridges, he has built flyovers, or he's renovating schools. No, I wouldn't do that, you know. So job creation is what the government should do, and I pray it looks into that. Then another thing I want to say is, I know there's a rumor that he's crossing over to APC. That's his personal thing. But I want him to sit down and look at the ideologies of the party and evaluate people that are in the party, especially the president, and see if his performance is worth it. You know, if his performance is worth it. Because the truth is, the people you associate with kind of like speak about who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because he has a good record so far. His record is fair. His record is fair. So I don't think he has to give us this mental idea that he's okay with the people suffering.
Okay.
Because to be honest with you, his performance at the state level is more than what they are doing at the federal level, you know. So I wouldn't want him to associate himself with that because he has a good profile right now.
Ekemini.
Frank.
So it's very nice. I just wish we were not going to work today.
Fantastic.
But there's still one or two questions we need to ask you, then round off with you so that we can get Prof and Mr. Choi back on the program. But Ekemini, in terms of Los Angeles, that's in California, right?
Yes,
that's California.
California.
Yeah, how popular is Akwa Ibom out there? How popular is the governor out there?
So like I said, I have friends in Akisan, and one of them is Emayak. I don't know if you listen to this. So he is someone, he's actually a politician, unlike me. So far, he's impressed with what the governor is doing because we believe the governor is being fair. And I would say for the first time, his appointment is kind of like fair in terms of like the selection processes. So yeah, so the feedback is they are happy with him.
Absolutely. Okay.
In terms of that.
Okay. But I hope that next Akisan, that's always in August.
Yes.
I believe that the governor will be there and he looks forward to seeing you. So you should try and be a member of Akisan so that the governor will be there. It will be nice for the governor to see you.
But Kevin, don't also hesitate to bring some ideas back home.
Absolutely.
For instance, you talked about converting waste to wealth.
Yes.
You know, so whatever technology you stumble on, you know, over there, don't hesitate to share some ideas. You know, with our people back at home. We'd like to thank you.
No. Anybody who have a question for Ekemini in the panelists? Anybody have something to say? Yes, Chukwagu.
Not a question, just a comment. I have listened to him say all he has said, and I find it funny that he says he's not a politician. he has analyzed Trump, he has analyzed the governor, he has analyzed the president. What else do politicians do, sir?
I mean, he doesn't want to run for any office.
Absolutely. Yes, any other person, any comments? Otherwise, okay, yes,
okay,
producer.
So I just want to add that the mentality we have down here may be different from what they have there. When he was here, I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sure.
The mentality of our youth about what to do and what not to do.
Absolutely.
I've heard him say that if you don't have any certificate or something that is professional,
you need to learn a trade.
But here we don't believe in that. We believe that's left for the people in the village.
Absolutely.
We don't believe in learning a trade.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure if a community should bring something like that home, like an NGO or something, should be able to help the youth to be able to develop them.
Yeah. Another thing that Ekemini said, but Prof is here, will be okay. Ekemini, it's good they have brought you back. It's about I'm hungry. You know, it's Senator Nekan Bassi. Senator Nekan Bassi, who represents me, represents Uran people, represent Uyo people, Nsiratai people, everybody in Akwa Ibom North East Senatorial District. Once said something to me. I said to him, why do commissioners always complain that then it was not this governor, it was Governor Odebi Manuel as he then was? I said, why do they always complain that the man doesn't give them money when the man gives them money? And he said to me, the boss, he told me, look, he told me yesterday the governor gave me small money. And when I went, my members asked me, he was then speaker. My members asked me, speaker. I said, no, the governor has not given me anything. He said, look, that thing is natural. So I think it's also natural to say I'm hungry.
More so when they look forward to getting dollars. They're looking forward to getting dollars from you.
It may not really be true that they are hungry. They just know. Yes, it depends on who they are speaking with. Yes.
Yeah, so it's funny that we're talking about this. So before I left Nigeria, when I came back from service, I never worked for the government. I was self-employed. I started a laundry business, from which I now it grew to where we now had a car wash. And it was what I did for 10 years, and I was able to save money to go do my master's overseas.
Wow.
So sometimes people feel it's very easy to go overseas and make money. One thing I want to put it out there, because sometimes we don't know. When you relocate, except you are going on an expatriate visa where you're automatically going to work based on your qualification. But if you are relocating overseas because you have an opportunity, the first 1 to 2 years can be very challenging. So that's where I said people need to learn trade.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because those 2 years, because definitely you can't just stop. They will want you to have a work experience.
Yes.
Here. Or let's say in the UK, they want you to have work experience in the UK. So when you don't have it, it won't be very easy. And also the standard is different. Let's say I'm doing laundry back home. I'm not using the equipment they are using here, because let's say the equipment they used 10 years ago, that's what we are using back home. So when you come here, they ask you things, and you won't be able to meet up. So it's when you learn trade that it will help you. It's when you're able to do something, not looking at your qualification, that's when you'll be able to fit in here. Because sometimes it can be very, very challenging. Let's say you have a master's, you come here, there's no job for you. The only job you can do is a security job. How do you mix it, you see? So it's not about what we have.
Okay.
Let's all learn something.
Absolutely. Ekemini Monday is always live on the program from the United States of America, actually in Los Angeles, which is I think that's the capital for California. Very nice to have had you. He just weighed in on
the capital is Sacramento.
Yes, Sacramento. Yes, sure. I remember. The capital of California is Sacramento. I knew. I just tripped there. So we'd like to thank you, Kemini, for joining us, and the insights you have offered us. I'm telling you, we will truly appreciate that. Kemini, many thanks for joining us. About time you went to work. Let's turn our attention.
Have a great day at work, Kemini.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
All right, so Professor Ukanafun Jimmy, welcome to the program, and Mr. Choi, welcome to the program. We apologize, we kept you too longer than necessary, but welcome to the program, Prof.
Thank you.
How is your family? Why did you decide to move to Canada?
Well, we're fine. My family is here in the Philippines, not with me. But early on this year, we decided to relocate to Canada. Seems to be that's the center of everything right now.
What about the NGO? I know that I remember the last time we had this conversation, and I think it was last year, during the first anniversary of the governor. What about should be Dr. Ukanafun, is the Professor Ukanafun Jimmy Foundation? Yeah. What about the foundation? How well is the foundation doing now?
Well, just like every organization, the foundation is doing well. We have which is expected of every foundation, every organization. But that notwithstanding, we are raising it. We are willing to continue doing for the people. So we are well, we're good at fine.
Why are you giving so much? In fact, why are you giving too much to the people?
Well, I must be giving. It's an attribute of a person, you don't really, even if you're offering the act of it takes time, and you may not even be able to do some record. So I believe it is it, and I want to believe it's something God has put each and every one of us. You know, I come from a very good town, and I have experienced to and in fact, being a professor today, my vision is that I is really by the Spirit of Christ. I know to be true. That's the motivation behind what I'm doing, because I understand how it hurt at the bottom. I don't want people to go through on a daily basis. So that's the motivation. I am giving out while helping, while supporting those that can help themselves. Yeah.
Okay, my last shot for now before we. Oh, that's the foundation.
Yeah, that's the foundation. That's a motorcade when they were going on a road show trying to create awareness ahead of the raffle draw. I'm
Was
sure
he himself around?
He wasn't around. He wasn't around then. He wasn't around. I mean, you oversaw this all the way from the Philippines. You know, so what they do, they will create awareness, set aside a day, create awareness. For instance, if they are going to Ukanafun-Orok, you know,
if they are going to run, what is it?
Okay, we are going to run, and that's a message to Prof. So when next you want to take the foundation activities outside the shores of Ikonini, so you should look at Oran where the bus comes from, where Michael Bush comes from. Okay, so whenever they want to have a raffle draw, you know, on the eve of the raffle draw, they go about the communities creating awareness before and then they assemble people. The raffle draw will always herald the emergence of millionaires.
Absolutely.
You know.
Okay, so there was a question I wanted to ask, and I don't know. Do you remember the question? Did I start it?
Yeah,
you know, it had something to do. Okay, I hope that I'm able to remember that question in a bit. But yes, I remember something they call third world countries, but we prefer to call it developing countries. Philippines, Nigeria. Which one is actually better? Because when we're speaking with the American or the America-based or the United States of America-based AKBC, everything went well. But now we are back to ground zero. So is it your network in Philippines? Is it as challenging as what you have in Nigeria?
No, not exactly.
Oh, okay.
So things are better in the Philippines than Nigeria.
Well, what I usually tell people is that because when we ask why the chapel, why developed countries, and I usually say the same thing. This is not my what you are bound to become more in the future. Actually, 80% of it depends on you. You have to work on yourself as a person, regardless of wherever you are graphically. I think there are people that are picking it out there in Africa, people that are picking it out there in very, poor countries. And also, on the other hand, there are people that are doing well in Western countries. So, to me, the choice of location is a factor, but then it should not be a very strong decisive factor of success. So, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Beautiful. All right. So, Prof, let's even take you back in time. What within you led to the idea for floating this foundation? Why did you not just concentrate on your medical profession and just move on with life? Why did you have to float this foundation?
Well, like I rightly said, it had to do with where I came from. When I remember home, I particularly left with family, and I built myself up to this.
Okay, so this is when you visited home.
Oh, that's
this was when you visited home. Yes, I was there at the event. Okay, so this is sometime in December last year, right? I'm sure you can see the images.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
you can watch yourself, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead.
So, it was actually motivated by compassion for humanity. Giving will not so much because yes, it will have a lot of commitment, but when people are happy, I feel satisfied. That is why we are doing this. Yeah. But some people, of course, don't understand this to compare it to because it's so unfortunate that people in the part of the world where we are investment continue. But that's why whenever something of kind is said, there is always a misconception that political prospects in the future, possible future. But that is not why we are here. Our primary purpose is to this is what we are practically doing ever since.
Okay, so what you said, among others, is that you didn't float this maybe because you have intention in future to run for any political office. But take us through what the foundation has achieved.
Absolutely,
ever since it started, and when did it actually came into exist? When did it come into existence, and what have been the achievements over the years?
Well, the foundation came on board on August 2022. About the time of the campaign season of yeah. In fact, if you closely follow the from that time, you will notice that the first of the foundation was Dr. Umo Eno. That name. Umo Eno Foundation. That was official because we actually supposed to support the succession agenda of the past government, but later on mobilized to have a in the states with support. When I came in touch with the government, some kind of this, I realized that we have a lot of humility, in terms of humility and compassion for people. Government is, as we know, is a very person, and that is why he's able to help the need and also to give out to charity. So when I saw that is very difficult. But when we start in a person, we have pressure because we have to interest. That is the thing that attracted me to the governor. And then when we started the problem, when we operated it in 2022, a short period of dormant, some of the activities that we're going to roll out, and just last year. Came back, and ever since then, I don't think we can list down what we have accomplished. But I'm sure a lot of people in the state are very and then Orient programs launched. We have used positively to impact the lives of many Bible minds. We've had a program that we call Football. We usually hold it 2 months. At the end of the day, we will email and also do consultations to some other persons. And I think we've made about 20 million. We actually stopped.
You've raised 20 millionaires. Yeah, 20 organic millionaires. 20.
Yeah, organic millionaires. Yes, more or less. But I'm sure that we actually stopped counting.
So how do they emerge?
Yeah,
how do they emerge?
Yeah, it's actually a very fair system. The raffle system. So there was no, all through the period of time, there was nothing like it was open and the credibility was not, I must say. So because we don't discriminate, many people at not the local government area, the case may be. Once you are put to go with the 1 million naira, and we don't give out the money because they know that there are possibilities of money being misused. So they was that we put together a committee to directly oversee how this channeled into investments or to yield with people. And in total, we got them into the ambassadors for the foundation. So that is what we did. We're still doing it until.
Well, apologies to those who are watching or listening to us. Sincere apologies for the muffled audio, but I'm sure they can piece all of that, which Professor Tunfortune has been saying, together. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if you aptly address this issue. I recall, and that's why the idea of sponsoring the competition that we are currently running is not a novelty as far as you're concerned. I remember, on the build-up to the event you had last December, you had floated an essay competition, and it was modeled, it was named after the governor. I've noticed that quite a number of your activities are shrouded, are labeled after the governor, named after the governor. For instance, if you can recall, maybe you take us through the topic of that essay. I remember, I think you also floated a 2 million naira aggregated prize, money for the 3 different stages of winners. Talk to us generally. Why is it always about Umo Eno? Most of the things you do, you wrap them around the governor.
And have you met him?
Yes.
Well, that is actually true. We had a competition last year. It was moving for 7 months or thereabout. At the end of the winners. So the title of the essay was the role of in a federal presidency in this hands of the RISE agenda in the United States. The purpose and the main aim of the was to come ideas from constituents, see how we could be part of showing and of course the implementation of the RISE agenda of the government in economic federal constituency. I want to tell you that we saw a lot of inputs from.
Okay, so those are the prizes. The first prize winner was 1 million. Second prize 500. Third prize 250,000. Second prize 500,000. Third prize 250,000. This is interesting. So this is actually the first time we will be doing
Absolutely.
this. Only that the prize money here put together is slightly smaller than what is floating on this program.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So go ahead.
So that is what we did for that. And also, we have ready, which we presented to Nigeria. So let me go back again to why I'm really passionate about supporting the government of the day. That's the.
Oh no. We're just trying to see what's going on there, but we rework that.
Yes.
We rework that, and we go back to the Philippines live any moment now. But this guy is such a great guy, and I think it was towards the time too we started what is today Akwa Ibom State World Leaders Union. That's how he came into prominence and supporting the government. And I used to wonder, then they used to accuse him of wanting to be a commissioner, and I used to wonder how somebody would leave something that was so lucrative,
medical practice in the Philippines, and then come back here to be. All right, so it's still Governor Umo Eno at 29 guests, 29 days. It's a special radio, TV, online series that's put in place by Bush House Nigeria in collaboration with the Ministry of Information at Akwa Ibom State to hear out the 2nd anniversary of this action-packed government of Governor Umo Eno. Today on the program, we have decided to mount a searchlight on our brothers in the diaspora, and we've come
our brothers and sisters.
Yes, our brothers and sisters.
Remember, it's Mother's Day.
Today is Mother's Day. Before I get back home and I'm denied dinner, so we've decided to mount our searchlight on our brothers and sisters who are resident in the diaspora. In other words, outside the shores of this country. And today, our theme is Akwa Ibom State and Governor Umo Eno in the eyes of the diaspora. So far, we've had a fantastic outing with a Los Angeles-based Kemini Soise. Wonderful outing with him, and it was smooth and free-flowing.
Absolutely.
Because he called us from a first world country.
I knew you would go there.
Because he first took us there.
I knew you would go
and
there.
then when we switched to talk with Professor Otum for Jimmy, who is at the moment, I wish we had this about a week ago.
I wish
when he was still in Canada. We wouldn't have this.
It would be seamless.
Very fantastic. I'm sure you're able to piece together all of that which I said. Apologies for the muffled sound we've witnessed, but we can be sure. I can rest assured that we're trying to fix all of that. Okay, so we go for a quick commercial break. So we take our time to fix some technical issues, so we can go back to the Philippines and conclude our discussion.
And when we come back, we still have the panelists.
Yes, and then we have to speak with Mr. Choi, who is also at the Philippines.
Absolutely.
And then we'll come back to the studio to let the panelists also be a part of the broadcast. We're back in no time.
Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, precisely 1 week ago, the man at whose instance we are here, Professor Ukanafun-Orok Mama Jimmy, was formally inducted into the prestigious Mbowong Paraguay Bibio. And so it's safe to say that we are here to celebrate Professor Akbarawa Ukanafun-Orok Mama Jimmy. Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, precisely 1 week ago, the man at whose instance we are here, Professor Ukanafun-Orok Mama Jimmy, was formally inducted into the prestigious Mbowong Paraguay Bibio. And so it's safe to say that we are here to celebrate Professor Akbarawa Ukanafun-Orok Mama Jimmy. And what if every
Over 200 units of compassionate homes, hundreds of kilometers of roads covering all local government areas, over 10,000 entrepreneurial equipment and tools to MSMEs, 5 billion naira worth of grants to farmers and traders, over 60 billion gratuity arrears to retired civil servants cleared, acquisition of brand new aircraft for Umo Air, advancement of work on Ibom Deep Seaport, donation of 150 units of 2-bedroom flats to 150 civil servants, advancement of work on Ibom Tropicana hotels and 5,000-seater international conference center, primary health care renaissance, launch of state health insurance scheme and quick response statewide ambulance services, establishment of the center for the elderly, construction of a 200-bed hospital within the state medical corridor. These and more are the huge strides of Governor Umo Eno in less than 2 years. They are realities because of your tax. Much more can be achieved if only you continue to pay your tax. Have you paid your tax? This message is courtesy McCraig Trust International Limited for the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service.
Mr. Chairman, Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, precisely 1 week ago, the man at whose instance we are here, Professor Ukanafun-Orok Mama Jimmy, was formally inducted into the prestigious Mbowong Paraguay Bibio. And so it's safe to say that we are here to celebrate Professor Akbarawa Ukanafun-Orok Mama Jimmy. And what if every good and say
over 200 units of compassionate homes, hundreds of kilometers of roads covering all local government areas, over 10,000 entrepreneurial equipment and tools to MSMEs, 5 billion naira worth of grants to farmers and traders, over 60 billion gratuity arrears to retired civil servants cleared, acquisition of brand new aircraft for Ibom Air, advancement of work on Ibom Deep Seaport, donation of 150 units of 2-bedroom flats to 150 civil servants, advancement of work on Ibum Tropicana hotels and 5,000-seater international conference center, primary health care renaissance, launch of state health insurance scheme and quick response statewide ambulance services, establishment of the center for the elderly, construction of a 200-bed hospital within the state medical corridor. These and more are the huge strides of Governor Umo Eno in less than 2 years. They are realities because of your tax. Much more can be achieved if only you continue to pay your tax. Have you paid your tax? This message is courtesy McCraig Trust International Limited for the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service.
Hello, thank you for still being a part of this broadcast. It's a special TV, radio, and online series running on the network service of the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation, the TV and the radio arms. And then we are on most of the online platforms. It's a series entitled Governor Umo Eno at 2. 29 guests, 29 days. Today on the program, we've decided to put the entirety of our attention on our brothers and sisters who are resident in the diaspora, and our focus is on Akwa Ibom State and Governor Umo Eno in the eyes of the diaspora. For almost 1 hour, we had a fantastic outing with Mr. Kemini Monday Isorise, who resides in Los Angeles, and it was a smooth sell. We're still talking with Professor Ukanafun-Orok Jimmy, who is a professor of medicine, who practices medicine both in the Philippines and in Canada, who is currently holidaying in the Philippines,
yeah,
having made a trip from Canada only a few days ago. So,
and talking about the Philippines,
the founder, yes, he's the founder of the Dr. Ukanafun Jimmy Foundation. Okay, you said talking about
yes,
the Philippines?
talking about the Philippines. Both of them are back now. I think we should go. Professor Ukanafun Jimmy is our own. He can afford to wait a little. I think Mr. Cho has been waiting. Yeah, Mr. Cho has been waiting for too long. So take him on. You speak like them. So
do I? Hello, Mr. Sorino. How is the Philippines once again? You say you're at
Manila.
The capital, Manila.
Manila.
You're at Manila, right?
I am in Manila.
Okay.
I am in Manila right now. That's correct. It's the capital of the Philippines.
Oh, fantastic! We hear that's where life is. That's where life is in the Philippines. Okay, so
that's right. This everything is happening.
Fantastic. Wow. Okay, so we're trying to look at the Nigerian economy. Maybe you are not the right person for us to throw this question at, but let's talk about what
he knows of Akwa Ibom.
Yes, what you know. Maybe through your friend Professor Ukanafun Jimmy. He has told you a thing or two about a state called Akwa Ibom, located in the south part of Nigeria, an oil-rich state. So tell us what you've heard about the state, because I'm sure you should be part of those who partner him, to support the foundation that he floats and uses to do a great deal of for humanitarian services to Akwa Ibom people. So talk to us about the bit that you know about Akwa Ibom.
Yeah, absolutely. I've also been impressed with the programs and everything that the former Jimmy Foundation provides for Akwa Ibom. And to tell you just a little bit of backstory, I actually met Dr. Jimmy in a press conference concerning the outreach programs of the Port and Port Foundation. Then, as Filipino, it's really hard for us to trust other nationalities and all that. But when I visited the foundation, and I found out the foundation and Dr. Jimmy is from Akwa Ibom, somewhere in Nigeria, which is also, as you mentioned earlier, is a third world type of country. I was really curious how the culture is, and how the people like us being in the same third world countries being what are the programs that they run. We can also end that for the Filipinos or for the people here in the Philippines. And it's like what I mentioned, I've always been impressed with everything that they do, with programs. It's really hard to find a leader or someone who actually is a jack of all trades. You know, here in the Philippines, when we profile some leader, you can always say that this leader is really focused on this kind of thing. You know, this is his thing, this is his subject matter expert. But the way how the GP and the foundation does it, they actually touch base a lot of sectors and a lot of things that we improved. And I mean, not just one focus. When it comes to agriculture, infrastructure, healthcare, so everything is actually touched base, which you really find amazing every time.
Okay, Mr. Soriano. All right, so I don't know. So from the beats, I mean, you just painted a picture of the Akwa Ibom that you know. Apparently, because of that which you've heard about the state from your friend, Professor Jimmy. Okay, so from the little that you know about the states, are there some striking similarities beyond the fact that both of us, both the Philippines and Nigeria, tend to belong to the third world category? Are there other similarities, perhaps in terms of the composition of terrestrial and littoral, composition, in terms of population, in terms of arable land. So, putting all demographics in place, are there striking similarities between Philippines and Nigeria? Do we share, anything in common?
Well, absolutely. I think how the people respond to it as well, and now in terms of demographics, I think we're also a country same as Nigeria, where most of the food comes from farming as well and agriculture. Most especially on my province, where my family comes from. It's actually a 3 to 4 hour drive from Manila to the city. Well, most of, or 80% of the livelihood really comes from agriculture. So I think that's also one of the similarities in terms of the demographics and the livelihood of the people from here in Nigeria.
Yeah, Mr. Serrano, is the Philippines divided into states the way Nigeria is?
I'm not sure if I can say it's state, but we're actually divided with provinces. That's actually how it's called. But yeah, we're any division as well.
Oh, province.
Like in Cameroon.
Province.
Yes, okay, like in Cameroon. Okay, that's I thought that was a francophone thing. Do you have governors? The provinces, are they run by governors?
Yeah, that's correct. Well, actually, for the election that we have in just a few hours from now, find either a new or a re-elect governor. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be one of the biggest thing right now.
What exactly? Give me an idea. Give me an idea how a Filipino governor, how long do they stay in office? And tell me what exactly, how do they perform? Can you give me like an idea of the performance rating of a governor? What is a provincial governor, a governor of a province in the Philippines supposed to do?
Well, the governor comes in with a 4-year term as well, and he's actually the leader of the city. So in a province, there are multiple cities that the governor governs, and of course, it is expected that he sustains job for the province, sustainability, and most especially to attract investors as well, so that we can actually provide jobs for the people within the province.
Do we have a governor in your country build roads? Do they build roads? Do they create employment?
Yep, absolutely. That's also one thing with that you always look forward for a good governor.
Okay, so when you look at what Prof, your friend, Professor Ukanafun Jimmy, has told you about Governor Umo Eno, PhD of Akwa Ibom, do you think you have a Filipino governor who is in his league in terms of performance?
Well, to be honest, yeah, there is, but I haven't seen somebody as close to what the performance of Umo Eno provides. Just like what I mentioned before, mostly here with us, it's really hard to find a leader that is the jack of all trades. You know, when we think of one governor, we can always think of this governor is actually good. It's one thing. This is going to be his focus. But looking at the performance of Governor, you can see that he's actually a jack of all trades. He has based a lot from agriculture, mainly infrastructure, education, power. I mean, I think he's providing a good balance of improvements.
Well, I didn't. It's difficult for me to piece these things together, but I'm just pitying the translator what he's going to do at the end today. Because if me, I can't even hear a thing. I don't know what he's doing. That's number one. Number two, I just hope that the viewer, the listener, is catching some sense.
Yeah.
But was Mr. Sorano saying Governor Umo Eno?
Yeah, I think from what I could, was
that what he's saying?
Yes, he could pronounce the Governor Umo Eno pretty well.
Okay.
He didn't hear that part.
Wow.
I even wanted to interrupt and give him, yes. He said the governor is a jack of all trade. When you ask him to do comparison,
yes.
I think from the answer we got is he has placed our governor on a superlative level.
He's doing better.
He's doing far better than some governors in the Philippines. Well,
I hope tomorrow they don't send me away from the Philippines. If they send me away, Mr. Serrano, come to Nigeria.
Mr. Serrano, I'm sure you're not even a politician. You're more of a businessman, and that's why you're able to speak true. I will speak the truth. You're a businessman. You're not a politician. Do you play politics?
Yeah. No. I'm actually not into politics. It's just that the businesses that I have focuses on education and agriculture as well. So, to be honest with everybody who's with me right now, my friend right here, Jamie, also pretty good advisor to my businesses.
Okay, so we'll come back to you, Mr. Sorano. Let's go back to your friend, Professor Ukanafun-Orok Jimmy. I hope he's still on the line with us. Okay, so Prof, can you hear us, Prof?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, fantastic. Thanks for staying tuned. Now, let me ask you, when you came in December, you did quite a lot of things, and you made, very huge promises. I don't know to what extent you've been able to redeem them, but there was a particular thing you said, the particular thing you did when you selected some young men from Ikono and some from Ini, and you told those who were present at that mega event at the Biakuntokpo that you were going to send them to different parts of the world for them to seek some, a greener pasture. So give us an update on that aspect of the foundation's activities. What's the 411 as we speak? What have you done about those you selected?
Well, thank you very much, my brother. It is true, when I came to Nigeria, a lot of promises made because, staying the country back home is something that a very inconvenient person will see to our eyes. So I couldn't actually close my eyes to the conflict and poverty of the people, my people. And that is why we did all what we could see how we did. this pain the people are going through. So I try to say that I actually do not give up about one, but out of compassion, and for the sake of humanity. So it's also something very sad. And I want to believe that the governor is doing all of the things because he wants to point to the people of Obadan State or the people of Nigeria. It comes from a place of sincerity. If you look at him, you can tell. It comes from a place of absolute sincerity and compassion for the people with entrepreneurs who has been there. At the end of the day, there's not a thing we can account for those things. But then this man who is all out that the people and more of the servant, that's the way I look at him. So, there are people we wanted to take them out of outside the state to countries or to start life for them. So the plan is still on hold. Right now we are evaluating the first two persons who would be in the next time or thereabout. So we have one of them is a is the Monday who goes from the local government area. So he is going to be put in wait. It's going to be placed in wait. This will be moving to the start of his time. And the other one is the female, it's a young. She's from the Ukanafun-Orok area. She's been to Saudi Arabia. And a few months picking up until we exhaust the list of the 10 persons overseas visa sponsorship. So that's the position of things right now.
So 2 people, we're still having some issues with the audio.
Yeah, but this is it.
Let's recap. You have selected 2 people. He said one from Ini, one from Ikono. One is to go to Kuwait for some golden fleece. The other one is to go to Saudi Arabia. That's what he said, right?
That's right.
So when are they?
The 10%.
Okay, there were 10 in all. So you are moving 2. When are the 2 leaving Nigeria?
Yeah, I think a month or less they will be out of the country.
In the next 1 month. Okay. So exactly. paint a picture of what's the word now? The salary. There was a bigger word I was looking for. Remuneration. Paint a picture of what the remunerations are like.
Well, I don't know if it's actually set.
Okay, to say it on air. No, if it's not safe, you keep it. But it's indeed.
Oh yeah, I'm going to provide a rent. So they will be earning nothing less than $1,000 US dollars. So you can rent from 1,000 to 2,000 US dollars as a case to be
per month.
For the start, and of course
per month.
Once in the career, yes, per month. Yes, per month.
Wow.
Okay, Prof, a quick one. I don't know. This series is supposed to run for 17 more days. Okay. We still have 17 more days. We try to see when you are less busy. We create another opportunity. When are you going back to Canada anytime soon?
Yes, I will be actually back for the next couple of months.
Good. So once you're back in Canada, I'll just be pitting Mr. Sereno. Once you're back in Canada, we will think that the network will be better. We'll bring you back on the program because much of what you've said, which is so meaningful, so impactful, but it's lost in the network troubles that we're facing. So just know, whatever we're doing today, there's a tendency we're going to create another opportunity for us to redo this. Just know that. Uncle.
Yes. Okay. So but how is the audio like from our end to yours? You hear you can hear us. You can hear us now. Yeah, it's a bit muffled from your
end. Yeah.
So what I suggest is that the trouble is from you.
And then you come and say that side is better than this side.
The trouble is from you, not from us. Okay. So but since you can still hear us, yes. I mean, only recently you and the foundation were in the news for some wrong reasons. There were certain things that that was said about you on the social media. I don't know what your reaction to that would be.
Well, I would say that these accusations were ill-founded. You know, there were false just to ridicule me and and that. And if you follow the evidences which I had, you would see that it's a clear case of character assassination of people, which of course I have got my take the case to court. So the case is already going to court and all the countries the law. Yes.
Okay, Prof. I don't know what that matter is, but let me tell you, and because this program is global, I'm going to seek leave. I'm going to apologize. I'm going to seek the indulgence of everyone watching that I would like to speak in tongues, because I like only Prof and those who understand to hear me. Prof. Kuyem fra ilongyen nganginemi mauna nam yang bofon maudu do tiewu aso na yemusong I do ben fien I do yen bo yet ngo magini even a call no nyine da yake yemika election me ma ke na ke na me magina ke mi aka na me nam tum so yen do buka aka isu poro ma poro do ngbo makara buka aka isu bu boro ke boro because ado if I do women so ngiye ma ke nam fon or do tie wo ma so na yem bare dopo. That is why ayake nam bono kwa ibom e bono mi wakake abuyako etire bakako Nigeria because I wouldn't get here like that nyiti emi wed boy bu no go the state safety nyegi no so mfana irong nyina mi ro yen forget afrefro we reason ku yum e one we ba do aka abuya iba aka dekos aga one afrefro so one and zero so ndenye mo kedo na bo singire mfo pon afrefro se na namado in fact e man na namado Bogo many gibo adir governor do me man legacy maibo more mind so onion I mean na more achievement na more performance so women can ro utum ro I did make sure me pull me wo down you know yaka yang me wo in a ke for but let's get back Prof and Mr. Serrano, we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panelists. We'll just give them 1 minute each to either ask you a question or just make a comment on what you've said. And I'm going to start with a producer in Obongdan.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I want to use this opportunity to say that I did enjoy all the conversation I heard from both of them, the three of them, but the other person is gone.
Yeah.
As for our own Professor Ukanafun Foundation, I witnessed at Ikono. I was there.
Yeah. Oh, you covered the events.
I covered the events.
Oh my!
And I was amazed. I had to ask Big Brother again. How old do you say he is as a prof?
He's 30. He turned 30 in March this year.
To be a prof
30 or 35?
No, 30. 30. He was 29 as of last year.
He was a prof when he was 20.
In his 20s, yes.
In his 20s. So I was wondering. I mean, we don't have that kind of opportunities here. So I commend him. And like you have given him the advice, I want to tell him to continue to do what he's
Absolutely.
good. Whatever you see that is good for us, please bring it down. We are ready to associate with you. There are some people that who want to associate
Absolutely.
with you. And for the other side, a friend to you that is not a Nigerian,
Mr. Serrano,
he's speaking the English that, according to Big Brother, I don't understand. So
yes, only him understands it, yes.
I want to say that we keep encouraging people who love Nigerians, who love appreciating with us. We are good people. Continue to do what is good.
Amen.
We love you and we appreciate you.
Yes.
Okay, Prof. I really appreciate.
I think you should introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Kenneth Antayo Toyo. I'm from Bible State or Rodnbo precisely. I really appreciate everything you've been doing for Kwaibo Might, and I say you should keep on doing good. And what you know is good for Kwaibo, keep on doing it for us. Thank you.
Fantastic. The guy is looking like his father owns this AKBC. Look at him. When he goes out there, they'll ask him, okay, come on. Okay. Yes, Mrs. Andy.
Okay, Prof, I want to say well done and keep up the good work. I also want to ask, I know charity begins at home. You have been hearing about people of Ikono. Then have you been able to impact people from other local government areas?
E.g. Uran.
Yes, Uran and Itilan, Is it just Ikono people you are focusing on?
Ikono Nduini. It's his advisor who's sitting here. Who is?
No, let him speak for himself.
Yes, go ahead.
So the idea is, you rightly said, charity begins at home. So last year we were so focused on.
It's better now.
Yeah, by far. By far.
Attention in the local government area. So right now we are straight to extend our tentacles across the entire state. So in no distance, we start rolling out activities that will benefit the people of at large, not just taken and a local government. I hope that helps.
Okay. Chukwadu.
Yes, Prof, I greet you, I salute you for the great work you're doing. Anyone who uses their personal resources to better humanity is a good man, and God remembers them. I want to salute your friend, Mr. Chira, who these are the kind of people that make life, rich. In Igbo, we say one the number. That's a brother you find in a foreign land, are the ones that make life very rich. I want to urge you to move ahead. It was Governor Gospel Akpabi, now Senate President, who said that a man of God said to him that you only find people throw stones at a mango tree that has fruits,
which are right.
When people attack you, it's only because you are doing right. Nobody attacks a madman on the street.
Absolutely.
Nobody does that. So, like my mentor, the boss said, Baba Michael Bush, if it were left to us here in this way, we would say, go withdraw that case. Why spend money on the
Absolutely.
case? Withdraw the case, use the money, buy champagne, and then toast to the fall of your enemies in advance. There is nothing there. There's nothing there. Just keep doing what you are doing. And God has a way of vindicating people in the end.
Absolutely. And Etine Karika.
Okay, good evening, sir. I must really commend you for working in line with the Arise agenda of the governor. Apparently, I was supposed to ask you a question, but she stole my question. I'm actually hoping that you're going to do a lot more better for our people and also extend it to other local governments. Thank you, sir.
And Prof, don't go away, because even after he speaks now, we'll give him another opportunity. In the next 4 minutes, we'll give an opportunity to give you a translation of what has happened now. But he has something to say in English meanwhile.
Prof, good evening. But to Mr. Joe, your friend,
Mrs. Sorano.
Sorano, thank you very much for being a good friend to my brother, Utamfon. And Utamfon, thank you for living a good life. That portrays that if you didn't have a good life, your friend wouldn't have been able to sit down and tell the world how Akwa Ibom is, who Governor Umo Eno is. Yes. Your life speaks well. Please continue. Live a good life. Your good life will bring in more tentacles to bring more foreigners. Who knows what will happen in the next few years of your life. Thank you very much for what you have done, Mr. Joe Soriano. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so well. Thank you for being a good friend. Thank you for supporting him. I know there are many of your types there, but time may not permit, or maybe at subsequent production or presentation or TV programs, they will come up. With them for kudos to you, Prof. God bless you.
Amen. And cameraman, can you get us them on the screen? Yeah, you want to react? Both of you, Mr. Sarani, you want to say a word?
Well, I want to also use this opportunity to wish all the mothers a very happy Mother's Day. And also, by extension, I want to wish on 29th of this month a very successful and happy second.
Okay. So, Prof, I'm sure you are aware that the competition you are sponsoring the entries are now open. The last day for submission of entries is on the 24th of this month, and then it is on we can tell you on good authority that it is His Excellency the Governor that will personally present the prizes to the three winners that will emerge at the end of this competition that is sponsored by you. We know that you won't be in Nigeria to be a part of the but I'm sure you send a surrogate, you send a representative. But I think we can't thank you now. We'll continue to thank you. When we started, when the boss muted this idea, we were thinking of splitting the prices to 3 different sponsors. But he elected to take up the sponsorship of the entire chunk of for the price, which aggregates 2 million naira. So we want to thank you. I don't know if there's anything that you've not said, as we get set that you want to say, that as we get set to round off this particular edition. And you've already heard that in the course of the series, we still have about 17 days to go. Yeah. We'll find time to bring you back.
Producer, thank you. This is what we're waiting for.
Okay, so
and this is what you are sponsoring. Yes. I'm sure you can see it on the screen.
Yes.
So this is follow this program. The program is Governor Umo Eno at 2. And then 29 days. And then to win 2 million naira on this competition, Governor Umo Eno at 2 competition. Not exactly able to see all of that, but all entries must reach bhnboss@gmail.com. And it's important to do this because of the radio audience or AKBC Transmission Center in Tarenyang on or before 6 p.m. on the 24th of May 2025. And of course, we're grateful to Ukanafun-Orok Journey Foundation, who are the sponsors of this one. The first prize will be 1 million, second prize 600,000, and of course the third prize will be 400,000 naira. And of course this would all come to a head on the 29th of May, it's a Thursday. On that day we'll be playing host to His Excellency Governor Umo Eno, PhD of Akwa Ibom State. Yes. You good? Okay, if you're not good, I can, an old man would always help an economan. Yeah, sure.
Just a recap for
the questions.
Yes.
The questions. Okay, so for the radio audience, in not more than 200 words, discuss Governor Umo Eno's unique selling points. Governor Umo Eno's unique selling points. In not more than 200 words, discuss. And in not more than 200 words, if you like, B, which one of the guests on Governor Umo Eno at 29 guests, 29 days, best captured that essence and why you think so? All entries, I repeat, must either be sent via email to bhnboss@gmail.com or you drop that at AKBC Transmitting Station in Tarenyang on or before 6 p.m. of 24th May 2025. And Prof, you'll be back on the program. We would like to thank you again and again, but you're not going yet. Where is Mr. Serrano? Is he something still there? Mr. Serrano?
Yes.
Yes, we'd like to thank you. You are a fantastic friend to Nigeria, to Akwa Ibom, and we look forward to when you visit. But, Mr. Serrano, something now is going to happen. We're going to speak in tongues. We're going to be speaking in tongues. You're not going to hear a line of what we are going to say now, but don't worry.
You will hear what you will not understand.
Okay, yes. Well, did I say you're not going to hear? Okay, you will not understand a word of all of that. But don't worry. You are safe because Prof will tell you all of it. But now, Prof, I don't talk panini. Imai nam to me so that mbono mi nyonge keni kan were mi no iko mbumi kpomo this time ekene di yongo frɛ frɛ nyini nam ke awai ba mi ye ya ko fanga mi ino interpreter nyin akapiko nyin adogo mo ba mi ye nyin akere ke Sevano Sakpan ntoro akpan Sevano Sakpan ya tang sitepe ke awai siba so ko bi ye
Prof Sevano so do unicorn.
Ini mai tiong runa mungkin kanika ida fuke kena ke minam ku kena ku wana men yene kakbe ke so mi fude bu song di song fene ru de ke mi ru ke kambu no ke mi ru ka fo ba si inam mong posa ma ka ba nyong adi me nyong pono kan tiru song idem subtie mfene ki bo kam fene akeru ndiau dai ya ikuru po ikuru upong yen sambun una ba bi de biru dai ngini ki bo ya ikuru po Kur buang aja, amoy di dong. Ama berburu mah bangku dong aku. Sampai sem di kom maka sem mafia gue ke dia na sem jauh dah kau sekitar. Yang cuma meja nak kami aku, ke mini sampai sem. ke United States of America mpo ke ni tanga no ne kinje ke mien abo ki mo isi turu ke isi tang ni ko idiane du we me wo ki isi tang ni ko idiana rina ma wo ida ba pe nye bo afukere bo ke ntu paso mo no nam no ne ke ya ni te ke se mo nem ido ke yong so e bo mo te o garo awi bo ke bo awi bo ke nam te mo ke fredo ru ba utum sutum o kara e pe na me non bo no anye kara ke do ke se mo ne ke ne kan ado nye di nam non bo no we bi kan ni em fundia idang di sen bene milion naira ke no umbo ke tongo unam tim ade ben po unam tim no wu asana wutum pan te ya betok ke ben bitum buru fere fan ni mai ke sai ki go boy pe da ki go rai sare ban no we ke ere be nyame ke wi yang ni we ke so pyo e bene erian me we ke dun di se ke me ke na ma e bene nyem yan ke nyeme bun ke se ban se ke ko mo tinu bo pam man ke te ke nyen di on ke na ba nyeme ke dum ka dai wang bo din ufana do mana ditang abuke ebo nyebu sinam do bande mu to kai bu ka bi makara mi ne ke anyebu kiri go dika iben de song de video ma ka bu ka na be ni tiara nyong rio kem ne men nu ne pa ne mi da di kan do di do ma fo fo kra da pa do ka bi makara ba ne ado ma di bu ru nam so ke me ke di ka mama sa da di do di da ke de ke no bu Aduh, kan udah bisa berangkat.
Ikon nu ini.
Aja kamera berarti ini jadi saya mah. Nyamak ban bo.
Iya, Pak Frang.
Kalau Pak Frang aja asa. Nama asa ada ke furundong. Ini nih, kemini soal yang dulu ke, afodi dia bium makara ike ya yau. Aneh. Aduh, mah bu, uka. Dia nang fo ke barat uang mamok pano. Ke fanga di kikbe bu bau tu. Ma tu kendo ma di wo i go ngben bere du be bo ba te ba ku ko dire ke bo giram ngen ke di kapi su ko du be ke ya ni u bo utum ma te ro ma di wo fo kana la du bo utum ro ma na a fo mi ro ndoro ke ya di bo vene kan ni de me sri ba ku pam bon de fyong i choi ba ku ro mu ni ge ndu do ke no ke ru ban de fam a do gi ti we ro mi ke sri mo ne me ti me ko no mo no a me di on ba ke te ke be nye mbara gen baba mina minge kere ke ya tri won dum za ke de ban de fori ro me yong ku ka ro bon fori bi ba ku so yemi em guru e ba yem e bu ke na ka fo ke na po ba mi pa so mo no me Donald Trump fo ke won po ke be ma ka na ma ne kem bang jong gen de ji ta ke rung ke be ni tung ben bun du be je bi tang jo ke nya ya di yong boy kan dictionary abo ke mo mi ma ajine kai mo mi o aduh paso Umo Eno PhD ke avukadero ki mo ibuki bene nyirian bene idum me president afre rimbo za president afre rimbo za awora ro na ma tengai so po je mana da se buru ke ngono nye ke nyinam se nye ngono Umo Eno ku Umo Eno ana ma ro ke mo go paso Umo Eno adumo ana me je ke boro bai kom magaran benjik big foni kan atrai ke pa matrai cuy aku makara buka bitero oh wateri di riong nye ke mini utam pon sosong ke na afunyam ajinuka ke bu boy de bong na afunyam akwai bum ke makara do bo de ya ba su riong tie na nam guru song ajele kijong be anyem utam pon no foundation ana mempom mpo wa abo ntina afu ke na ma de buke sunu ma no government teke jemi di do commissioner này cam mẹ bố đã tâm mà kỳ công đi rồi có cái nam bi nam mà nó vẫn đến tiền nhà ba rồi ai vậy ya đến ấy đang cái mi cha bạn bao yang bông đi cái bi niệm nhung hoàn đến năm phút rồi này cú sen ấy phiền ấy đập mi chạy đi nàng mbu ba mi rồi professor tâm phone anh mbo vậy mà này siêu mbu ba đấy sân cái bé nó phụ cái này gì anh đem mbu ba mi rồi bang utong wi di boku ro be biar rai so ke ro feri so nye se asane wan tre wa ba e bo ya ka wen po banga ukara iso ukara pastor Umo Eno PhD ke wa ka kan iko ikiba agboru ikiba me ki awo utakashi din ke pa wo wi wet bor no fa kan aya bo million naira ki yo wi ba ya bo 1000 ekbar 1000 iki tuki 1000 naira iki tuki ndine yo ita bo 1000 naira iki na irgo karin de mo no bo na ro di na yo ini ga fu ya be dia ga feren tu When no fun, a man no with no fun. Ya okay, cool ya. Say where the robot send if you made a mean and can get you and then take where the ya for ya get a say guys sit down. I mean, maybe in me for a guru young so. Magang when a man in you gang in. Ya is on the look.
Okay, so it is a van Sakban. Akban.
Prof.
Akban.
And nobody give them.
So, Mr. Soriano, not to worry, your friend
will tell you.
Your friend will tell you all that transpired. Now, normally what we do here, Akwa Ibom has a major dialect that is understood by virtually everybody who comes from here. So we needed to carry those in the hinterland, because there is no society you go to where everybody is lettered, where everybody is literate. So there are some people who better can resonate well with the vernacular. So Mr. Scenario, what we did was just to have a translation. Now that's typical of every edition of this program. Close to when we want to end, we allow our in-house translator to do a recap of that which was said in the course of the program. So even what some of the things you said, have also been translated to our people. So as I said, Professor Jimmy will do the translation for you, over there at the Philippines. So we'd like to thank you.
Yes, before we go, let's say that we had on the program Nelson Boso. Nelson Boso is actually in the UK. He joined us, but unfortunately because of time or the technical issues we had, we also had David Remonede. David Remonede, is he still there? Are they there to just say goodbye to us? David Remonede is in Abuja. Are you there? Okay, unfortunately, Uncle, we gotta go.
Okay, so Prof, say your bye-byes as we get set to go.
Hello, guys. Thank you very much for having me on this show. I hope to see you again someday. Have a nice day.
Okay, Mrs. Soriano, thank you very much. We look forward to either you coming to Nigeria or you inviting us over to the Philippines. I don't know which one is going to happen first, but thanks for your time. Your parting shots.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pleasure is all mine, and always trust Dr. Jimmy.
All right, so that's been the size of the show. We would like to thank you on behalf of everybody, from our panelists to the executive producer of this program. Who is that, by the way? Mr. Diekpeyo.
Yes,
we look forward to to having him on the show in the course of this series.
The producer is right there.
Yes, the producer Enobong Dan, and
the
we
DG.
can't forget. Yes, okay. So let's do a recap. Okay, the DG. What a DG! Fantastic DG. Result-oriented DG, Action Park DG, very practical in our approach.
She said they were planning drama. I hope they also act how she runs.
Okay, what to act drama on her head?
They're planning AKBC. They're planning something huge.
Oh, great.
To act drama.
We can't wait to see it.
I'd like somebody to play the DG, and particularly this DG who goes to the filling station to get diesel for the station.
A recap of those who are partnering us on the program.
Yes, Akwa Ibom State University, Oron Local Government, Ministry of Agriculture, the Honorable Commissioner there, Dr. Fiongo. The Ministry of Housing, the Honorable Commissioner there is the Right Honorable Dr. Henry Okonachibong. The Fortune Group of Schools, and that is Senator Alosha took JP PhD. There's also Ibom Metropolitan Polytechnic. There is also, why didn't he just give that company a simple name that anybody can
Macrec
call?
Trust. Macrec Trust. That's Ambassador Okon Buffett.
Okay. Even his name is trouble. Even his company is trouble. Okay. But we like to continue to thank them.
So tomorrow on the program?
Yes, Aqua Savings and Loans Limited are about to change their name. And all of that because of the excellent work of Governor Umo Eno, PhD. So tomorrow we'll have at least one board member of Aqua Savings and Loans Limited join us, and of course the managing director and chief executive officer of the bank, Pastor Dr. Umo Eno. So tomorrow it's Aqua Savings and Loans Limited because on Tuesday, the governor is visiting that bank. I'm sure that's for the first time, and then things would change. They're going. So tomorrow we'll break all of that news on the program, and then plus
the Honorable Commissioner for Agri should also
come in tomorrow.
Okay, we're not shocked. So we'll leave that. Okay, so let's say, pending when
this man came here to just promote Econo, and anything Econo doing it, he's just pushing it.
This jealousy will never end. I tell you.
We're gonna go home.
Okay, so we gotta
Goodbye
go.
from you, Nigeria.
See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Over 200 units of compassionate homes, hundreds of kilometers of roads covering all local government areas, over 10,000 entrepreneurial equipment and tools to MSMEs, 5 billion naira worth of grants to farmers and traders, over 60 billion gratuity arrears to retired civil servants cleared, acquisition of brand new aircraft for Umo Air, advancement of work on Ibom Deep Seaport, donation of 150 units of 2-bedroom flats to 150 civil servants, advancement of work on Ibom Tropicana hotels and 5,000-seater international conference center, primary healthcare renaissance, launch of state health insurance scheme and quick response statewide ambulance services, establishment of the center for the elderly, construction of a 200-bed hospital within the state medical corridor. These and more are the huge strides of Governor Umo Eno in less than 2 years. They are realities because of your tax. Much more can be achieved if only you continue to pay your tax. Have you paid your tax? This message is courtesy Macrae Trust International Limited for the Akwa Ibom State Internal Revenue Service.